everyone. My name is Charles Davis, and I want to welcome you to the God Principles. This is a very special video because I am talking to Mr. Thomas Gilstrap. Thomas, introduce yourself and tell them who you are.
Hey, yeah, I'm Thomas Gilstrap. Originally from Atlanta, Georgia, north of Atlanta, Georgia. North of Atlanta. I'm sorry. Been here. I'm married. With kids. Been here in the Philippines, roughly about permanently. 10 years, on and off. So.
How did you first get here?
Through mutual friends, and because I never did the dating, never did dating services, dating web apps, anything like that. Wasn't even into it, and but I actually had friends I had met when I was here working. Met those friends, and then somehow met Rose through some of those friends, and so that's how it all started. And I ended up being in the States, communicating with her through, at that time it was, shoot, man, I was out at Friendster. Fall in love with the culture, the lifestyle, the weather, most of the weather, because I'm tired of cold weather. So I said to myself, this would be an ideal place for me. Plus, I'm an outdoors type person. I love to fish, I love to cook. So I just said to myself, maybe, I could bring my experience from the U.S. to here. So what I did was I put Rose through culinary school here in Cebu.
Oh, really?
And I put her through school. She graduated, and the funny thing is, when I was back in the States, I asked her when she graduated, I said, well, what do you want to do with your cooking? Because that's something we had in common, right? I love to cook, and then I found out that's what she wanted to do. She liked cooking. So I asked her, when you graduate, what do you want to do? What do you want to open up? She goes, oh, I want to open up a bakery. Now, I thought about that when she said, I want to open up a bakery. I said, wait a minute. I've been to your hometown, I believe, before. I mean, I think I saw about 10 bakeries within a kilometer of each other. I said, how are you going to, scratch the surface on that competition? I mean, you would have to bake the best bread in it. So I told her, I told her, look, that might be something you don't want to venture down a bakery. I said, there's too many bakeries in your small province now as it is. I told her, let's think about doing something else, right? So she was like, okay, well, what do you think I could do? I said, well, I have a pizza background.
Come on, Thomas, tell these people what your real background is. Come on, I've been waiting for this. This is like, oh my goodness.
Well, my family on my mother's side, right? So I have a pretty famous aunt, Adele Stoudemire. She's from southern Georgia, Statesboro, Georgia. She actually went to Chicago, all right, and actually started working in Pizza Uno. Years, we talk about back in the day. Pizza Uno, one of the
ladies and gentlemen, Pizza Uno is famous in Chicago. That is a famous pizza brand even to this day. And when I heard that he had brought the recipes here and his wife was supplying fast food, I knew I was supposed to be here. Now go ahead, Thomas. Go ahead. Go ahead, because it's like that. When I found you online, it's like, thank you, Thomas. Thank you. I don't have to miss Chicago food.
It was just one of those it was one of those, moments in time where, I started thinking, because I haven't made pizza in a long time before, getting Rose, through the cooking school, getting her involved with food. It's been a while. Now, I made pizza for friends and family. Matter of fact, she could tell you the story where I was selling pizzas out of my trunk of my car. I mean, back in Atlanta, for, just trying to crack my recipe into the community. And friends always was asking me, hey, man, we're having a get together. Can you throw some of those deep dishes our way? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I've always been involved with the pizza. It's just that I was also working a full-time job. So the pizza was just a side thing, side gig for me. And so meeting Rose, knowing that she's interested in food, I just threw that idea to, in her head, was like, well, here's what I'm gonna do. When I fly out to Cebu, my next vacation, we're gonna sit down and I'm gonna teach you the ropes. I'm gonna teach you how to prepare a deep dish, how to make the dough, how to season the meats, the ingredients, how to make the sauce. Because the thing about Chicago deep dish, it's it's like a lifestyle in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
You have, if you haven't you haven't visited Chicago fully unless you dived into a deep dish pie. So, New York has that thin crust. Chicago has that thick deep dish. So it's the pride. It's the pride of Chicago. We went out and got a commercial oven. We started out small. We started out up in Bugu, northern Cebu. We was up there for about 3 years, and we just took over that town. We took over that town when it came to pizza. Everybody was buying our pizza, talking about our pizza, and
wow.
So she got tired of the Bugu life, the province life, and wanted to move to the city.
Ooh,
so
okay.
I ended up meeting some of the brothers here. I think the first brother I met here was Robbie. Met him at Gusano Grand Mall. Gusano Grand Mall. Met him. He said he introduced me to more brothers. I had no idea that there was a big black male community here,
right,
that was here before me, that was already established. So I met up with these guys, and it just took off from there. They introduced me to Lapu-Lapu City, told me this is the place to be.
Yep.
If you're a black man, this is the place to be because of the culture, because of the lifestyle here in Lapu-Lapu. So I set up shop here in 2015. We moved from Bugu to Lapu-Lapu in 2015. Okay, so I am I'm an engineer, implementation engineer for the healthcare industry. So I actually work on databases. I actually create training material. I mainly work with hospital administrators, doctors, nurses, PAs, you name it. Anything that has to do with a healthcare facility, I communicate technology for the healthcare providers. Oh, NetSolve, was with NetSolve for about 12 years. Small laboratory, how can I say it? A laboratory software company where we created an LIS software for about 100 pathology laboratories across the U.S. and Canada. So that's what I do. I'm a healthcare IT engineer, basically.
So basically, you're developing healthcare applications.
Yeah, applications, mostly application database. I'm Google certified, for application design, creation. So I have a few certifications: project management, I'm right now working on my what am I working on? I'm working on so much stuff, man. I'm working on right now. I can't even think. Account management.
We're living a healthy lifestyle. That's one of
Yeah.
the things about the God principles is we're about how to live a healthy lifestyle because that American lifestyle just will put you in your grave. Let's just keep it real. I mean, having to get up when you say, we demand that you be here. We demand that you put, no, that's not living. That's not. But anyway, don't let me get off my soapbox. So anyway,
But no, you're true. That's
no,
right. Everything you're
serious.
saying. Yeah, no, everything you're saying is very true. You know, the thing is, you know, my family back at home and friends know where I'm at. You know, they're living their Oz through me, right? When I take pictures
Oh,
and
okay.
post them, you know, when
Mm-hmm.
I tell where I've been, places I've gone, you know, like my uncles today, you know, two of my uncles, great uncles, are dying to get here. They're dying to
Wow.
come here and experience um, what experience the lifestyle, the culture of the Philippines. Now, neither one of them has ever been on a plane uh, more than 2 hours. So, but they travel. So both my uncles love cruises, right?
Uh-huh.
You tell them you're on a boat, they're there. They, you know, Alaskan cruises, Jamaican cruises, Caribbean. They get on a boat, right? So,
Uh-huh.
but when it comes to playing over water, a big body of water, we're talking about flying over the Atlantic or flying over the Pacific. They've never done that. So that's something that's going to be new for them. And I warned them now, letting them know that 22-hour plane ride is no joke, right? When you're first doing it, that's,
Oh, hey. Woo.
yeah, that's something you're going to have to get used to. And I told them, don't try to come here for just a week because you're going to be
Yeah.
spending 3 days just recuperating from jet lag.
Yeah.
So, you
Yeah.
know, make sure you come here with enough time for you to chill and then, you know, try to enjoy a little of the Philippine culture. It's provided. I mean, it's been a good ride for me. You know, since I've been in healthcare IT for 20 years, and when I say that, people look at me and be like, "What? 20 years? How old are you? You don't." I mean, you know, and
Yeah.
sometimes I tell my age, right? You know, when I'm talking about George Jefferson, or when I'm talking when I'm talking about the
Move it on up.
yeah, man. You know, when I'm talking about different strokes, I'm talking because
Oh,
these are
there's
shows that
Rose now.
these yeah, these are shows I grew up on, right? So people like,
Yeah.
you remember that? Like, yeah.
Hello,
So go.
Rose.
Let's see if I can put you in here. All right.
Good.
So there we
Hello,
go.
Rose. How are you?
Good.
Good. Introduce yourself to the audience. We're recording for the God Principles on YouTube. Tell the people who you are and how long you've been with Thomas, and give us some suggestions.
Yeah, I'm Rose. Um, we've been together for 11, 12 years. Yeah.
Okay.
She's
One
trying
of
to do
the,
a she's trying to do a
She wanna
interview.
be
Baba.
in here.
Come here. Come with Daddy. So you can be
that's
in the
right.
camera. There
Introduce
you
her
go.
too. Put her on camera.
You don't want to be on
Tell her I
camera.
want to talk to her.
Oh, here, my friend wants to talk to you. He says he wants to say hello to you. Come on.
No. Go say hi. No.
Yeah, she's shy. Normally, no, normally she's a camera girl. Normally she's all in the camera. You know, she wants to be in the camera, but today she's in her little mood. So, you know, when she
Hey.
gets in those little moods, I just let her be.
Yeah.
Like right
Yeah.
now she's under the
Don't
desk.
do that. Don't do that.
But yeah, so Rose said about what, 12 years? Sometimes I can't keep count.